you.
Mfetty here, and I'm back with another Madden 19 tip video, this time on the defensive side of the ball. I've been running tips on the offensive side of the ball, so I decided to bring a defensive one for you guys. And this one is probably, in my mind, one of the easiest defensive formations to run. It's one that every year people gravitate towards too, and there's always people running it. Personally, I've run it every year the past few years, and it's just something I always come back to when I'm struggling on defense. And it's a very unique style of defense, I think. Just the different things you can do with it and the different looks that it provides. And the formation is the 4-6 normal. Now I know I made a couple videos on this last year from some blitzes out of it, but this year I just want to show you guys the coverage and the natural aggressive pass rush that this has. And you know, it's just a really good defensive formation. So the one thing that I think the 4-6 normal provides that is such a huge advantage is the speed package. Now the speed package basically replaces your linebackers with cornerbacks. So as you can see there, when we switch number 50, that's Telvin Smith, he gets switched out for your nickel corner, so your third corner. And then number 48, beside Miles Jack there, number 44, so 48 gets swapped with your CB4, your cornerback 4. So realistically you have 6 DBs on the field. I guess 5. Oh no, yeah, 6 DBs. So you get 6 DBs on the field. And unlike Dollar, where Dollar is, you know, you can set up the DB fire, you can set up the crossfire, you know, has some different things, and Dollar is a great defense in its own right, but it does tend to get gashed by the run. You have to do a lot as a user to stop the run, which, you know, a lot of us can't do. You know, the pro players can do it, but you know, for the normal, you know, average players, the better above average players, you know, it's a little bit tough to do consistently, especially if you're playing mud head to head. If you're playing mud head to head and, you know, you're allowed to use anyone you want, it's tough to stop the run and that while using Dollar. So that's why I go to 4-6 normal, because it doesn't get weak boxed. It has 6 DBs on the field, but it doesn't recognize it as that. It recognizes it as somewhat as a run defense, like a 4-3 basically. And it's just, you get so much versatility. So for subs, what I like to do, you know, for personnel, is on the 2 ends, I like to have really good pass rushers. So on Mutt, I have Jadeveon Clowney at left end, and then I have Jarrell Casey at right end. Now Jadeveon Clowney is kind of my versatility player since he's pretty fast. He's got not good zone, but he's got enough zone to where I can put him in flats. I can put him in spies because he's fast enough to get after the quarterback, and then I can also rush the passer with him if I want. I think, you know, he can do all those things pretty well, and he can blow up the run as well because he's got good block shed. So he's definitely a favorite there. Jarrell Casey's one of those guys. He's a decent pass rusher, but he's more so there to stop the run. You know, for me, he's a big guy, he's got good strength, he's gonna just, you know, blow up a lot of runs, and I think he's useful for me there. He still will get sacks, just because you guys will see his pass rush is insane. In this, you know, just running a 3 or 4 man rush, you're gonna get home pretty easily. It's actually kind of crazy. It's like it's set to aggressive on this formation only, and it's been like that for as many years as I can remember. And then at defensive tackle, I like to have, I use Vita Vea here, so a big beefy nose tackle. And then here I put Bruce Irvin. Reason being is when I show you a blitz later on in the video out of this formation, he is going to be spied. So I want someone who's fast and can, you know, hold his own at defensive tackle. I don't think you need a big beefy guy there. You know, he's still going to do his job, Bruce Irvin. So again, he's got 80 speed. I think he's got 84 block shed, so he's really a really good spot for that. So for this video, we'll put Dante Fowler Jr. there because I know he's pretty fast. And then it's not going to show it here, but this is where your nickel corner is. Now your nickel corner, you can put whoever really you want. You can put someone who's good at block shedding. You can put a linebacker there, like a guy like Telvin Smith is very good. So like if you add powered up Telvin Smith, or someone who's fast, and you like at linebacker who you want to put there, you definitely can. I just personally use a cornerback. I use Jair Alexander. He's got good man, so if I want to man him up, he's good at that. He can pretty much do everything I need. And then cornerback 4, this is where I'd probably put like a safety of some sort. So if like you want to have someone who's decent at run support, because you're most likely going to be using him because your linebacker is going to be doing different things. And then so for this one, I use Obi Melifanu because he's 6'3", 85 speed. He's an amazing user. I know people would use Apke. You can use Cam Chancellor, who's he's slower, but he's got the hip power, and he's good. He's 6'3" too, so he's decent at what speed he is. I'm not sure what speed he is, but I know people would use him. And then it's really up to you. You can put a cornerback there, but I just think if you want more value, you can put more budget friendly, TJ Greens, that one Jones guy off of the Packers, Apke, Melifanu, guys like that, because they're really good users. And they got hit power and speed, which is important. And then your middle linebacker is really just anyone that kind of fits that speedy, basically Miles Jack mold. So I would put maybe Deion Jones there. Like I said, Miles Jack. You could put really anyone there that's just fast at the middle linebacker position. So, Bobby Wagner would work. Really anybody like that. And then your corners, I like to have 2 good outside corners. Obviously Jalen and Boye are perfect, but what I like to do is I like to put my best man cover corner at that position, at the free safety position. Reason being is because I'm going to be manning him up a lot, and I need him to have really good man. So in MUT, I put powered up Patrick Peterson there, just because he has such good man, and he's fast, and he's going to do really anything I ask for him up there. And that's really the big thing. And then I'll sub down. I think I have Amos at the corner position, because Amos is good enough. He's fast. He's got good hit power. So if he does get on a one-on-one, I know he can hold his own. It's just I like having my best man coverage corner in the middle of the field, just because I can, with this defense, I use him to man up anybody who I want. So that's enough me rambling about personnel. Let's get into some plays. So the plays I like to run, as you can see, are cover 2 invert and fire zone 3. Now fire zone 3 is a blitz I will show you later in the video, but cover 2 invert is probably my favorite base defense to run, just because, like I said, you can have good coverage, and the pass rush that comes in is like, it's pretty crazy. So we'll just come out with curl, tight end wheel, and then basically the base setup I do pretty much every down is I'll base a line, and then I will put Miles Jack in a deep blue, and then I'll just man up Ramsey on someone who I think could attack me, you know what I mean? So if I think Ridley's going to be running like a seam streak, and I'm worried about him getting inside of that deep half on the right, I can man up Ramsey on that, and then he'll take that away. Or if, for example, if I think Julio's gonna run a deep post, you got that taken away. So then you basically kind of feel out your opponent, feel out what he wants to do, feel out what would be the toughest thing to stop. And like, I know I have a deep blue here, but sometimes the deep blues drift too far. So if he's running like I said a deep post, but more of a shallow post, like if he's running a post that kind of cuts around at the 20, Ramsey will follow him there, and he'll do a good job. And then the last thing I do is will spy one of my defensive tackles, and then I'll spread the line first, and then I'll spy my tackles. That way we get some good rushing angles, and then I'll keep you contained, just because if they want to back out of the pocket or escape out of the pocket, it's tough for them to do so. And then we'll just show you how good this comes in, how good the pass rush comes in. So we'll snap the ball, we'll just wait. You see our guys on the end doing work, And now this is a 3-man rush, and it's not really doing it justice right now. But I'm telling you guys, online, the pass rush comes in like crazy. So here we'll do it again. Again, that didn't do it justice, but again we'll try non-containing. We'll see if that makes a difference. Oh yeah, you see that? That's what it was. I forgot. I don't contain really ever on this defense. I don't know why. I'm so used to containing, but yeah, you don't want to contain. You just want to baseline, spread your line, crash them down to give them some better angles, and then like I said, just man up whoever you think's gonna be a bother. And then, like I said, you're gonna see here again, snap of the ball. Look at these guys on the outside do work. You see Yannick Ngakwe just throw the tackle aside and just come in. And that's going to happen. That's why you have good pass rushers. That's why I have a Clowney, I have Jarrell Casey, because those guys are going to be really, really beneficial to this defense. And then, like I said, on the outside, if he is going to be getting lots of one-on-ones, you definitely want high finesse move there. But I think, you know, it doesn't, I mean, it's up to you. Like I said, I used Jarrell Casey and he's been doing fine so far, and I think he's more of a power move rusher if I'm not mistaken. So it's definitely up to you, but like I said, this defense just in general is so good against, for pass rush wise. You can see them fight so hard, like it, and it's only a 3-man rush, and he's only got like what, maybe 5 seconds to make a decision, 3 to 5 seconds. And that's, you know, if it's got such good coverage behind it, because you're only rushing 3, right? So it makes your opponent get really frustrated if he can't, you know, really have those long developing routes just because you're running a 3-man rush and it's getting, you know, to your quarterback. So that's basically the basis of this defense. Like I said, it's super good for pass rush wise. The coverage is very good too. Like I said, like what really, like they have the short flat, you know, because I'm running cloud flats, but at the same time my guys are fast enough to get out there that he's only going to get 3 to 4 yards, and if it becomes really a nuisance, then I'll just switch him down into hard flats. And then now they don't have any hard flats. Now, you know, you got to watch deep corners or anything like that, but basically it's just a really good solid defense, and then you can adjust out of it, you know what I mean? So it's really just a tough defense to, I mean, it's a tough defense to score on and to move the ball on, because it's kind of that bend but don't break defense. So for example, like if I know he wants to keep hitting this table route to Coleman, I'll just put one of my guys on a hard flat and then I'll cloud flat the other. Or if I don't think he's going to the flat at all, I'll just do something like this. I'll man up on his tight end, or I'll man up on Ridley, because I have a safety there. You know, personally I use Landon Collins there, so he doesn't have the greatest man coverage, but he's, you know, he's fast enough, faster than a linebacker. I think he's got better man than most of the linebackers in the game, to where, you know, I don't have to worry about him getting beat that bad, and he does enough things well. So for example, in this play here, say they're running 4 verticals, and I was worried about the running back getting, you know, open on the right sideline. Well, I just do this. I put him in a hard flat, and then I would maybe, or I could do something like this. I could man up Coleman, and then if I'm worried about the seams, I could do something like this and like that, and then that way I got pretty much anyone in 4 verticals that I know would hurt me. You know, if the Coleman's running an in route, I'm not worried about him. The seam route, I'm not really worried about, because I got manned up. And then Ramsey's on that little tight end route that's kind of annoying you kind of have to use to guard it. But as you can see here, we'll snap the ball. You know, nothing's really open. Like, you could throw to Coleman, but my guy's right behind there. I could easily click on, get a good animation to jump in front of that, or I can click on and dive at his feet and tackle him and maybe knock it loose. So I think this defense, just, you can do so much coverage wise. Everything you really want to do, you can do in this defense. It's one of my favorites. It's a defense that, like I said, I always come back to, just because it's such a a tough defense to move the ball. And I know when I'm playing it, I struggle on offense. I have to, you know, take what the defense gives me. I have to take the underneath routes, and then I have to, you know, kind of dink and dunk my way down, which is tough. You know, it's tough for a lot of people to do that. It's tough for a lot of people to be patient to take the 3 yards, the 4 yards, and then because you're not really going to beat this defense downfield, because the 2 deep halves pretty much lock down any one-play touchdowns, and then your deep third in your middle, so you don't really have to worry about posts. And if you got someone fast enough there, you really don't have to worry. And then you can man up this free safety. He's basically a free guy you can just use on whatever you want. You can even keep him in a hook curl and have him protect against, you know, drags or slants or whatever. Alright guys, so now we're going to show you the blitz out of the 4-6 normal. This blitz is a 3-man blitz, so it's pretty saucy. It is the fire zone 3, and I come out in it flipped. So I come out with the blitzing coming from the left side. And for that blitzer that's coming in, we'll just show you once we get in here. For this blitzer coming in, where Myrick is, I like to have someone who has speed and high pursuit, just because he takes better angles when he has better pursuit. So that's usually what I would do here. So I put Myrick in here because he's got 75 pursuit and he's got 96 speed. So definitely speed's important too, but pursuit probably more than anything. And then the setup's pretty easy. You just base a line, you shift your line to the left, and then you flat out Calais Campbell, and then you spy out your defensive tackle, and this guy right here is going to come in free. Most times, sometimes they'll be picked up, sometimes Mac will gravitate towards it and pick it up. It kind of depends. It's not something that'll come in like, you know, 100% of the time, but it does come in most of the time, and you're only rushing 3, so it does put a little bit of pressure on your quarterback because it kind of overloads that side and they have to roll out to the right, and then you have that spot you can click in if he does get too far out of the pocket. So we'll just snap the ball here, and yeah, I see Mac picks him up there. So like I said, it doesn't come in 100% of the time. You don't have to run it as a 3-man. You can run it as a 4-man. So if you did like baseline, shift your line to the left, and then just left your defensive tackle and then spied out, you're giving up a resource where you could hard flat Calais Campbell, but at the same time you're going to make this blitz come in quicker. I will just show you the snap of the ball. Myra comes in free now with the 4-man. So like I said, it does come in 3-man. I'll try and get it to work in this video because I do want to show you. I've been running this online and it does come in. You know, I'm averaging probably 2 to 3 sacks a game with Jair Alexander there. So I will let you know it does work, even if it doesn't in practice mode. Take my word for it. And then we'll just show you here. We'll set up the 3-man. Hopefully it comes in so we can show you guys. There you go. That's what it looks like. That's what the blitz looks like as a 3-man. As you can see there, it just screams off the through the gap there, and we'll just run it again. And then basically the coverage behind is really good because you can go 2 flats. You can have a hard and a cloud, or a hard and a purple, whatever you want to do. And then this guy you can put in a hard flat if you want. Like I said, it's kind of really up to you. You can man Ramsey up like on a Ridley or something, and then put Jack in a middle third, and then you can use your Patman. That way you can, you know, take away certain things. You got 2 hard flats, you can change them into clouds, and that's exactly why I put Clowney here, because he's got enough speed and enough coverage to where I'm not worried about him in flats. And then really this is basically a defense you can run every down. It's surprisingly really good against the run as well. And as you see, we still have a cover 3 shell. I'll probably put these guys in deep halves just in case, you know, I would be worried about 1-play touchdowns for cover 3. But like I said, that takes away a lot of stuff right there. You know, you got your flats covered. You got your manned up on Ramsey if he wants to run like a quick seam. You know, Ramsey will get to him, or you know, if Jones wants to run a shallow post that's hard to cover, you just man him up. It's really, again, it's like the cover 2 inverse. You're rushing 3 people again, but this blitz comes in more often than not. You have to block a running back if you're playing against this, because it is going to come in. So we'll just show you again. Gets picked up there, so it's going to get picked up sometimes. I would say it gets picked up probably maybe 20% of the time. It comes in 80, just because it is a very consistent blitz. And then if you really, like on a third down, if you're on a crucial third down and you really want it to come in, you can run it as a 4-man and you're still gonna get, you know, really good pressure. It's just sometimes as a 3-man it's not gonna be amazing. You know, it really depends on what blocking happens. So I'll just show you again as a 4-man. He just loops around. He got caught there. He took a bad pursuit angle, but he was going to come in. He just got a little bit caught up there. So like I said, this defense is really good. I really enjoy running this blitz because it does kind of throw your opponent off if you're only rushing 3 or 4 and it's coming in every time or most of the time. You can see there's 4-man, and then like I said, if you have someone fast with high pursuit, he's just going to come in there so fast, and your quarterback's not going to have time to react. But yeah, that's basically this defense that I like to run. There's 2 plays I kind of alternate between. You know, if I know the guy's gonna start blocking his running back, I'm gonna start running the cover 2 invert. But if a guy's not blocking anybody, I'm gonna keep running this blitz. I mean, and then if he is running on me under center, then I will run cover 2 invert, just because that gives me a better feeling of having 4-man rush, 4-man on the line, you know, rushing instead of, you know, zoning out 2 guys on the line. But for the most part, it's kind of situational. It depends on what I want to do. If I want to, you know, on a third down, a crucial down, if I want to, you know, make sure I get a guy in free, I will run this blitz. But if I want to have coverage and I'm worried about his run game, I will run a cover 2 invert and just kind of play that bend but don't break. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hope you guys learned something, and try the 4-6 normal playbook. It's in quite a bit of 4-3 playbooks. So, you know, I'm in Jacksonville. It's in Jacksonville. I'm pretty sure it's in Cincinnati. I'm pretty sure it's in a few other 4-3 playbooks. I just know Jacksonville's probably one of the best because you get 4-6 normal and dollar if you wanted to run dollar. And dollar is something I will run if it's late game and I know he's just going to pass. So I'll just run the DB fire 2 or whatever. But this defense is very good. Like I said, you get 6 DBs on the field. You get a lot of versatility coverage wise. You can, you know, you get a nice 3-man, 4-man blitz. Yeah, it's just a really tough defense to move the ball on. And probably one of the better defenses this year. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please smack a like. Also, I'm on Twitter if you guys wanted to follow me. If you guys do follow me, I'll follow you back. It is at M_FettyYT, I believe. I just want to double check. MFettyYT, so no underscore. So MFettyYT. I will link it in the description if you guys want to follow me. I will give you guys a follow back. And yeah, like I said, if you guys did enjoy, smack a like on the video. Also subscribe if you guys want to stay up to date on all my tips that I bring out this year. And I'll see you guys later.